How's it going, guys? My name is CrazyUKGamer. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day today, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to create a free thumbnail in 2019. If you have any questions, guys, please make sure that you drop them down in the comment section below. Also, if this helps you out, please make sure you leave a like on this video so I know that you guys like this type of video, and I'll try to make more if I can. So to create this thumbnail, we're going to be using this website called Pixlr. So I'm going to be leaving a link down in the description below so you guys can go and check it out. If you don't want to go and click on the link, because I know people don't like clicking on links, then just go into Google and type in Pixlr. And then it should just be the top one here. And then you've got two different options, and you just want to go and click on Open Pixlr Editor. And then it'll bring you to this page, which we were on before. So once you're in the page, you have three options to create a new image, open image from computer, and open image from ULR. What you want to do is you want to create from new image, and you want to just go and call this, I'm going to call this thumbnail just for this video. You also have some preset sizes as well, which you can go and check out. I'm not really going to do that. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to do my own width, and I'm going to be doing this for a 1080 video roughly, which is 1920 by 1080. Also, guys, this is personal preference, up to you, but you can actually choose transparent as well. I like to choose transparent because that's what I like working with, but it's completely up to you. You don't have to have that, but transparent makes it a little bit more easier in my opinion, but once again, it's completely up to you. And once you're ready with that, just click OK. So this right here is what your thumbnail is going to be. Now, of course, you're not going to have it as blank because that would just be completely pointless. If you've ever worked with anything like Photoshop or Fireworks or anything like that, it's basically like this, but it's a free version, so it doesn't have all the things that as they do as well. As this is free, it is really worth it. I actually used this website myself when I was first starting off on YouTube, and I got some other stuff that I actually use now for my thumbnails, and I'm actually going to be using my other software for my thumbnails, but I'm going to give you a rough idea of what you can use for a thumbnail. So if the thumbnail looks different, then I've actually changed my idea on what the thumbnail is going to look like. So if you don't have any idea of what you want to do, I'm just going to give you a rough idea of what you could use for a background. You could have a space background, you could have a grunge background, maybe a starburst background, which I know quite a few YouTubers used to use. You can also use bubble backgrounds maybe, or maybe even a blur background for a vlog or something. The one thing that you do want to make sure that you do though, and it will just save you a lot of time, is make sure that you actually do it to the dimension that you actually want to have the photo as. So as you can see, I've got mine 1920 by 1080. And you can see that there's quite a few rough ideas. Maybe you want this for a background, or maybe you want this for a background, this for a background, whatever you actually want as a background, completely up to you. And as I said, I'd use these more for like vlogging types of things, because it just seems like a sort of thing that I would do, and maybe have some text over it and maybe a photo of myself. There are loads of different ideas for backgrounds. You maybe even want a lightning background, but once again, it's completely up to you. Another thing, guys, is if you see a photo like this and it's not the color that you want, still choose that photo, because I'm actually going to be showing you in Pixlr how you can actually change the color of these photos. So say you want that to be red or something, for example, I'll actually show you how to do that. Another thing is make sure you take your time with your thumbnails. You do not want to rush through it like I'm going to be doing on this one. People see a thumbnail and they think, oh, that's been rushed, and they won't actually go and check it out. So make sure you're actually going to spend time on it like you would on your videos. Maybe in the space ground, maybe you want a purple one, so just type in purple. Make sure you spell purple right though. And you can see all kinds of different ones in there. Most of these photos are pretty good for a thumbnail, but it's just personal preference, and now it's kind of hard to decide which one I want to go choose for. So once you've actually got the photo you want, what you want to do is you want to right click on this, or if you're on a Mac, then you want to make sure that you press, I think it's Control and click on the photo. So what you want to do is you want to save it into a place where you know it is. I'm going to be saving it in a place called Thumbnails, and then just click Save. I had to restart this because my navigator, layers, and history wasn't actually there. If this does actually happen, all you have to do is you go on View, and they should be just on there, click on there, and they should just reappear. Now to get the photo onto our canvas, what you want to do is you want to go on File, click on Open Image, and it should just be exactly where we saved it. Now I've already got a few things here. Click on the photo you want, click on open. It doesn't actually open up onto our canvas. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you've got this picture selected. You want to click and drag, drop, and then it's on to our thumbnail, and you do not need this anymore. So just go and close that. It looks okay, but like I said, we actually want to change it a little bit. So I'm going to go click on adjustments. I'm going to click on brightness and contrast, and if you bring up the contrast a little bit, it actually changes it, as you can see. If you bring up the brightness as well, it also changes it. I'm going to have it like that, just for example. This is just like a rough idea of what you could use. And as I said, if you want to change the color of it, you want to go into adjustments, you want to click onto hue and saturation, and you can click on colorize if you want, and just mess around with it. As you can see, it changes all kinds of different colors. That actually looks pretty cool. You can just change the hue by doing this. You can just change the color by doing that as well. Bring up the saturation maybe a little bit, and the lightness maybe not actually the lightness so much. Just make sure that when you've actually chosen the color that you want, that you're happy with it. There's no point making a thumbnail if you don't actually like the look of it. Once you're happy with it, make sure that you just click OK. The one thing that you do want to keep doing every so often is just make sure that you zoom out to make sure what it looks like. Maybe not as small as that, but make sure that you zoom it out to like a thumbnail size. So maybe that size, for example. You want to make sure that you check out a few different sizes, because some people see it really small. Some people see it a little bit bigger depending on what device they're actually watching it on. You can actually just change the size of it, and the way that you change the size of it is you just click on Edit, click on free transform, and I'm actually going to hold shift here and I'm just going to drag it out just a tiny bit like that. And then when you're ready, just click out and then click yes. You want to change the stage. You want to go and change the saves. Can't speak though. The next thing that you want to actually do is you want to have some text. And what you do is you just click on the text tool down here on the text. So you just click on type text tool and then just click. And then you type whatever you want. My text there, how to make a free thumbnail in 2019. Now, looking at it just like that, that looks really, really boring. What you can do here is that you can actually change the font. There are loads and loads of different options, as you can see on here, but you want to go and choose one that you actually want to go and choose. I'm just going to choose a quick random one that actually just stands out to me. Once you've chosen what you want to go and change the size of it so people can actually read what it is, because back at that size before, people aren't going to be able to read it. If this happens, like you've made it too big, then what you want to do is you may just want to like change it like that so people can see it. So edit it, press enter so people can actually see it. That's still too big though, so let me just quickly change it. Now you can see I've changed the size of it. It's really, really hard to go and see it. So what you want to do is you want to go and change the color of it by clicking down here, and just like a normal color wheel, you can go and change it to any color you want, just to make it easier for you guys to see. I'm going to go and change it to white. So now it's a lot more easier to see, but it's still pretty bland. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go and change here down into the styles to bold and italic. And I am also going to go and change the alignment. I'm going to change it to the center just to make it a little bit more easier to see. I mean, I could have it like that. I could zoom back out just to show you what that would look like, guys. I mean, looking at that, that's okay, but still, it's a little bit bland for my liking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it just a little bit further. So I'm going to have a little bit of a drop shadow on this because as it is, it's okay, as I've said, but it's still, like I said, just a little bit bland, a little bit boring. To add a drop shadow, you have to make sure that you spell everything right and everything here is correct. You've got to make sure there are no spelling mistakes. What you want to do is you want to go over to the layer of where the text is. You want to right click on it and you want to click on rasterize layer. If you click on the text tool and you try and change it, it will not be able to change it. So make sure that you've actually spelled everything right before you do. If you have made a mistake, make sure you go back and undo it. Once you're happy with that, what you want to do is you want to right click on it. You want to go down to layer styles, and then here you've got drop shadow, inner shadow, bevel, outer glow, inner glow. We're going to put a drop shadow on, and if you click onto it, move this out of the way just so you guys can see it a little easier. For some reason I can't move it. There we go. You can actually change the opacity of it. You can change the distance of it. I'm actually happy. 15 looks okay. I'm gonna click OK because I'm happy with how it is. Once you zoom out, it will look a little bit weird because as you can see, the shadow does kind of move away from where it was before. There is one thing I just want to say, do not panic about that because it will not actually look like that. That looks a little bit strange. What you will see is you will actually see it from the distance that you actually make it. So like that will be actually how it is. I don't know why it does that. So I'm gonna add a few more photos in. So I'm just gonna click on File, Open Image, and I'm gonna open up the pencil and click OK. And same again, I'm just going to drop that in like that. Paintbrush, paint. And the last thing I'm also going to bring in is the logo for Pixlr as well. So it's all pretty much where you want to go and put it. Now I want to go and change the size of the pencil because the pencil, that is way too big. So once again, you go into edit, go into free transform. I'm going to go and press shift again, and I'm just going to bring down the size of this. I'm going to have that there. Click away from it, click yes, you want to go change it. Doing the layers is quite important because right now, as you can see, I'm happy with it as it is, but the problem is that the thumbnail is covering over the free and I really don't like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and click yes, as that's fine. And I'm going to just move the text up over that layer. So the reason I'm doing that is because I want you to actually see the text, and I also want to look like I've got the paint. I've got the paintbrush inside the paint bucket. It actually just looks that way, like it's actually painting the background. And it's the same with anything. You can go and change the color of it again. If you rasterize the layer again, you can have a shadow for that, or maybe you want a shadow for this or for the pencil. And of course, guys, as I said, make sure that you keep zooming out because this may look terrible. Also, if you don't want to keep zooming out, you can also check up there to see what that looks like. I am going to go and change this a little bit more once again, making sure that I've actually selected the correct layer. But guys, you want to make sure that you really do spend your time. Don't rush through it like I've done it. This probably will not be this may not actually be the final thumbnail that I do. I want to try and make my thumbnails kind of similar. So I use the same sort of text in most videos. So sometimes when I listen to different music, I'll create different styles of thumbnails, but it's completely up to you guys. Remember, once you have got the thumbnail that you want, zoom out to make sure you see what it looks like. So if you're happy with the thumbnail, what you want to do is you want to click File, and then you want to go and click Save. Make sure you go and save it as a PNG and a JPEG, just to make it easier. And then it'll ask you where you want to go and save it. I'm going to save it into here. And there you go. That is how you create a free thumbnail in 2019 on Pixlr. Very, very easy, but make sure you take your time, because better thumbnails, people aren't going to go and click on a thumbnail that they think, oh, well, they haven't worked very hard on that one. So make sure you go and work hard on your thumbnails like you would on your videos. And if there's anything else that you want to know, once again, guys, make sure you drop a comment down below and I'll try and help you. Also, if this did help you out, please make sure you leave a like on this video. And if you want to see more types of videos like this, please do let me know, and also subscribe to the channel. And please share this with a friend if it also helps. And if you want to see more help type of videos, please let me know. I mainly do gaming videos, but I've been thinking, so I'll actually show them how to make free thumbnails, because I know not everyone has really, really expensive software to go and create these. So hopefully this helps you out, guys. And I'm going to leave it at that. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, make sure to pop a punch on the like button. And if you become part of the Crazy Army, make sure you punch the subscribe button. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, my back. Oh, I've been sitting down too long.